Hi class, this is Mrs. Lyons. This is a quick video to show you how to use molar mass to convert between grams and moles. So we know that the molar mass is the mass in grams of 1 mole of any substance. That means we're talking about Avogadro's number, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms, molecules, or formula units, depending on whether it's an ionic substance, a covalent substance, or just atoms. But the important thing here is that the molar mass in grams is equal to 1 mole. Okay, so we can use that molar mass as a conversion factor when we want to convert between grams or moles. So the conversion factor we will use is 1 mole is equal to whatever the number of grams of the substance is. We have to get the grams from the periodic table. That's the only place we can get the number of grams. Okay, so let's look at some examples. Example number 1. How many grams is 49.5 moles of water? So we're going to set this up like we have all of our problems with truth tables. We're going to have our given, our unknown, and our conversion factor. Our given in this problem is 49.5 moles of water, which we know water is H2O. Our unknown is going to be grams of water. Right? So anytime you see a problem like this, one of the first things you should know that you have to do when you see grams, we're going to have to figure out the molar mass of water. Our conversion factor is going to be 1 mole is equal to some number of grams of H2O. So we've got to think about this. If we have water, it means we've got 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. If we look at our periodic table, the molar mass of hydrogen is 1.01. The molar mass of oxygen is 16. So we get 2.02 plus 16. So our molar mass of water is 18.02 grams. So I'm going to put this here, 18.02 grams is 1 mole of water. Now I'm ready to set up my truth table. So I'm going to put in my given. My given is 49.5 moles of H2O. Again, O is over 1. Then we have to look at our conversion factor. We've got to plug our conversion factor in to our truth table so that it makes sense, so that the units cancel out. To do this, we're going to put moles on the bottom. So 1 mole here. And on the top, we're going to put 18.02 grams. Okay, we do this so that our units cancel out. On our calculators, we are going to plug in 49.5 times 18.02. So when we plug that into our calculator, we get, let's see, I get 891.99. Now, our initial number had 3 sig figs in it, so we are going to round this to 892 grams of water. Alright, let's try a second problem. How many moles is 76.2 grams of carbon dioxide? So again, we're going to set this up. Our given, our unknown, our conversion factor. Our given is the number, so 76.2 grams. Our unknown is the how many, so how many moles. We're looking at carbon dioxide here, so CO2. And our conversion factor is going to be 1 mole is equal to some number of grams of CO2. We have to find that from the periodic table. So if we've got carbon dioxide, we've got 1 carbon. If you look at your periodic table, the mass of carbon is 12.01. And then we've got 2 oxygens. The mass of oxygen is 16. So we add those together, we're going to get 44.01 grams per 1 mole. So 44.01 grams is equal to 1 mole of carbon dioxide. The next thing, once we've got the molar mass, we can set up our truth table, put our given on top, 76.2 grams of carbon dioxide. Then we want to use our conversion factor. We've got to make sure we plug it in right. Since grams are on top, we want grams to go on the bottom. So 44.01 grams of carbon dioxide is equal to 1 mole of carbon dioxide. If we do that math, plug it into our calculator, we're going to plug in 76.2 divided by 44.01. My calculator gives me 1.7314. If I look at my problem, I have 3 sig figs, so I'm going to round this to 1.73 moles of CO2. And that gives me my answer. Okay, so just a couple of short examples. Try those on the worksheet. If you have questions, I will answer them in class. Thank you. Have a good afternoon.